Alright, Jacob, this is Paul. I'm making a video here. I'm trying to get everything ready together. I'm just going to see if I can make a quick video here just to see if I can maybe just give you some idea of how I'm doing things and see if you can sort of point the things out that I'm doing incorrectly. I haven't actually used this strategy that I'm about to talk about that I sort of implemented from you. I haven't actually used it on any real money yet. If you've been using it on a demo account, I used a similar strategy on real money, just a little bit, tiny little lots, just to try it out. All right, let me get started real quick. I'm talking kind of low because people are trying to sleep and everything, so I hope you can hear me. I'm using a program called Open Broadcaster Software. It's a free program that you can actually get from this website, obsproject.com. You can go there. It's actually a free software. It's actually got really good quality. You just go here. I selected to get OBS Studio. It's a more beta user-friendly one. Just click on Windows. I'm pretty sure you use Windows. And then you install it, and it comes up like this. I actually have the preview disabled. Basically, if you enable the preview, it's going to show what the screen is capturing, but I just disable it because I know what it's capturing. And then I right click here and click add, and then you just type in the name of the scene, and then you right click here and add and display capture, and then it should get started. And simply you can click start recording. This says stop because I'm recording now, but you click start recording and it will start recording. Or you can go to file and go to settings, go to hotkeys, and you can select your recording and stop recording to be anything you want, any key you want. You can type like just R and it will start recording. Or I did Control Shift R and it'll start, and then start recording. There you go. So, and then you click apply and click OK, and everything should work really fine. That's it if you want to use this software. Anyways, don't want to spend too much time on that. So let's go here. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing in my strategy, or the strategy that I tried to sort of implement that you had said in the emails and everything. I've got this set at 15 minutes, and I think you use only 10 minutes, but we don't have the option on TradingView as a non-pro user. I have CTrader, so I'll go ahead and open that real quick. CTrader is one of my favorite charting softwares. I don't use this to trade real money, I just use it to chart. I'm not sure if you've heard of it or not. So here it is. I'm actually, give me just a moment here. I've got to set everything up so that we get the 10-minute. That's the reason. So I go to 10-minute. This one does have much more time tick views to see here. So we've got the 10-minute. The markets are open as far as I know. Yeah, it's Wednesday, so the markets are open. That is a pretty interestingly large spread there. Oh, maybe it's the 10-minute makes it look that way. So what we've got here, okay, so let me see if I can find something that I probably should have set this up earlier. Actually, I'd rather use, okay, so we're just going to use TradingView here. It just opened up a new program. Okay, so we got TradingView here. I'll just go back in time. Maybe I can find something that's more obvious to the eyes here that I can use as an example. So let's see here. Well, okay, so let's start this way. You said that you go from a top-down view, so we've got the Euro US dollar going on here. If it'll load, I've got it. I think I did it wrong because it's yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got the Euro US dollar here. The daily, we've got a strong uptrend coming up here. If I do remember correctly, there was a support somewhere around here. We do have the 1.12 area here that did push a little bit down here, and then price went back up and broke that little, I guess you could say, psychological area. I mean, if you, I guess you had said that something like this, the like a 1200 area, that's a good psychological area. But on the daily, it looks like we're still in a big strong uptrend, but we might be stalling out here, so I don't know. But we'll just say for now, for the sake of strategy, that an uptrend would signal that most of the time we want to be looking for buying bullish engulfing candles on the 10-minute. Then you go down to the 4 hour, and obviously we're still in an uptrend on the 4 hour. I don't have any really channels built up, but if I were to make a channel, I guess it would be more like, this. Oh, that's not very accurate. So let me take this and actually have it touching the right candles here. So we do have that going on, maybe. And perhaps we've got this one. So that's sort of a channel. It looks like a somewhat strong channel. Let me move this a little bit up here. There we go. And then I can zoom in. Okay, so we do have somewhat of a channel, an upward, a bullish channel, you could say. And so it's made its resistance up here twice. It's made its support down here twice, and then it's sort of done this number. And then we can transfer this over to the 1 hour. So we're going down to the 1 hour, and I don't really have. I guess the support would be right here. There could be some good support. Perhaps at the 1.122. Let's see. Let's change the coordinates to that. Just to round out the number. Okay. I'm not sure if that's really that good of a support. I'm just sort of going off of things. Now, sometimes I'll go to actually Forex for Noobs. There we go. I know it's kind of a tacky name, but we're living with it here. Okay. I don't really use him very much. His strategy is very simple, but it's not something I really use. There's not a lot of opportunities that come out in his strategy, honestly. Okay, so I could use these. What I do is I can use these support and resistance that he has, because a lot of times I don't really know a lot about putting support. I mean, I do know some about putting support and resistance areas up and plotting them, but I just don't feel very confident at the moment. I'm still getting used to doing that. I guess you use the daily. If you said use the daily, I believe that's right. But at the same time, this is Nick Benzino's, and he said he uses the dailies, as it says right here, 3 hour through daily, places the based on the daily charts. There we go. So 1.0735. 1.0735. Oops. I just sort of put it on there and then changed the coordinates. 1.0735, I think it was. Whoops. There we go. 1.0735. And then 0920. 0920. Oops. 0. Alright. Go another one. Let's check what that is. 1140. Okay. Okay, and then we have 1345. I put doubles at 1345. We'll just leave it there. Okay, so that's 1345. And then 1600. Okay, we'll change this top one to 1600. Now, I'm just using this for example, okay? So this isn't something, I mean, this is something I do somewhat, but it's like if you have a better, like, maybe solution to that, that's definitely okay. You can just tell me anything, just whatever I'm doing wrong, what would really help this strategy, and and if this is not helping it, and so on and so forth. So okay, so we've plotted that, and then we'll go down to then if I go down to the 15, I know it's not the 10-minute, but like I said, we're just doing an example. I want to know more about how, what I'm doing wrong, and so on. So we'll start right here. So say we have a support line. You see this pink line where we have it at the 1220 here. We have this support structure, and we have this 15-minute. Well, we'll say it's a 10-minute, but it's a break here. It actually breaks and closes here. It goes up here, and then we have this candle, which I don't think is a full bearish engulfing. Of course, this is an uptrend, so we probably, I mean, I don't know if you would take this sort of thing in an uptrend unless it was below the support line, this support line right here. So if it was below the support line, and say it was below the support line, I suppose we might be able to take a retracement like that. But I guess I would feel more comfortable with something that was actually like more down here, or maybe on like if it came up here and then retested this as a a retest and came down here and made a bullish engulfing candle right here, then I could make a trade that way. But right here, the only thing I wanted to show here was that the only reason I don't think this is an actual bearish engulfing candle is because of this wick right here that we have. If you can see, I got this cursor showing. I don't know if I want that. Let's see if I can take that away. Drawing tools. So I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyways, but you know what I'm talking about. See this wick that we have right here goes over this candle, and so I don't think that that's an accurate one. But if you think that that's an accurate one, then maybe your strategy does indicate that this would make an accurate move down. All right, so but that wouldn't be a trade I would take because it's definitely above support, at least the support that we put on here for now. So it is above the support, and the trade would be going towards. Then again, it does close the bearish engulfing. Well, it's the potential bearish engulfing closes below the support. So it's, I guess it is possible if I got into the trade right here that 10 pips down could get out of the trade, and it does look like this would have been successful. All right, so let's go back here. Let's find another support area. We do have this, but I think, okay, so this right here would be a bullish engulfing candle. So we have this price, we've got a bunch of really highly volatile movements here. So I don't know if you stay out of those kind of movements because you have a really giant bearish engulfing candle right here. It's moved way up here. I think this was during like the Draghi Draghi was speaking. And it made this giant move up here. I think that was. Don't quote me on that. So, and then you have this giant bearish engulfing. Oh, looks like you just sent me an email. And then we have a move. That's just a test of this support. And then you have this giant move down. I'm sort of wondering if you, after seeing this giant move here, and past this first green candle, after it came down here and tested that and then passed down here, if you would have entered right there and then taken your 10 pips down here towards wherever the 10 pips, or if you already knew that this was going to move much further down, waited until, of course, came down here. So your entry would have been like, something after it passed that and then stayed in the trade until maybe 10 or 20 pips later. Of course, multiplying your lots by quite a bit to make, the full use of the 10 pips that you have, or 20 pips, because then it did move further down, of course, even past this support line. It did face some resistance, of course. It broke, and then there was some resistance, and then it broke further down, and then there was a bunch of consolidation. So I think that might have been a good way to trade this. But in any case, back to this. So we do have a bullish engulfing candle here. And then it started to move up. But say we didn't know that. Say this is what the trade was at right here. Okay, so this is say this is the present time, and we get this closing candle. And the next candle, if I push over on my keyboard, it just starts out. Would you jump into the trade right here, and then wait and jump in the trade right here with your stops and take profits and everything, and then wait for the 10 pips? And then close your trade out wherever the 10 pips happen to be, which would be that says 1148. I think you're waiting for 1158, which would be like right here. So there would be your 10 pips, and then you get out of the trade. That's what I've been doing. So I mean, that's what I've been doing, and I've done tests. I've done back tests where I will plot these support and resistance that I've gotten from here, because I mean, it's hard to do that in the history. It takes so long to do. But I'm trying to use these for now. I've done some back tests, and so far it's been pretty successful. I've lost a few. I've won a few quite a bit on these tests, and it seems to be doing okay. But this is the 15-minute. Keep in mind, I do these tests on CTrader that has the 10-minute time frame. But we do have trend lines, like you were saying, and so say price comes up to this trend line, makes a bearish engulfing. This would be your bearish engulfing because this is a good candle. It tested perfectly. Would you jump into the trade right there and then let price move about all the way down to your 10 pip? I believe that, well, it's probably around here somewhere. Down to your 10 pip move and then get out of the trade. That's also what I've been doing. So this is basically my questions to you, just to get an idea. I think that's about the extent of my question of entry. Now, the other question would be, I don't want to make this too long. The other question would be the psychological levels. It looks like on my chart, I have a graph that has the psychological levels at I think this is every 10 pips actually. Yeah. That's actually I think this is every 10 pips. I think I'm reading this correctly. You see this right here, it says 1.08400. See, there's, after the decimal, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. That's 5 numbers. But I think that the pips actually, I think this last number is actually like a mini pip, or like a pipette. Yeah, a pipette. And this number right here, the second from the last, is actually the pip, the first pip. So if this was a 1, that would be 1 pip. You know, if I went this to go up once, that would be like 1 pip, right? That's 1 pip. So from here to about here, oops, there is 1 pip, right? I think so. I can find that out online, but I'm thinking so. So we've got 0.0840. If I go from here to here, that's 5 pips actually. I think I changed it. So that's actually 5 pips, and I think that's 10. So from here to there would actually be 10 pips. From here to there. So anyways, psychological levels, I think you're talking that maybe that these areas, like maybe the 50, 55, 60, 65, those are psychological areas. I'm not sure. I think so, but you can correct me on that, like I said. So anyways, so I think that's pretty much the extent of it. If I have any other questions, I'll make another video and try to send it to you. In fact, I don't even know if I'll be able to send this the way I'm thinking I will. I'm going to go ahead and end this right now. I'll be talking to you soon.